Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Timothy Carter.
Thanks for joining me on the podcast. Today we're going to talk about why use second-tier link building. Really, why would you use second-tier link building? Wouldn't it be better to focus exclusively on first-tier links? Well, second-tier link building comes with several advantages. Number one, it increases link equity. You can increase your quote-unquote link equity or the potential for your links to pass authority back to your site. So if you build a second-tier link from site C to B, building off the last episode, and a first-tier link from B to A, your link to B will increase the page authority of B. If you do this frequently, you can greatly increase the authority of site B and make it make every first-tier link on that site inherently valuable. This is especially powerful strategy if you're using a private blog network or if you're trying to grow a number of different sites. It's also a valuable strategy if you're link building with lower authority publishers that could benefit from an external boost. Another advantage is multiplying referral traffic. Second tier link building is also an easy way to gain more referral traffic generated by your first tier links. Remember though, even though link building primarily gets attention as a way to increase the domain authority and rise in search ranking results, it's also valuable for attracting more referral traffic. So if you build first tier links from a site B to site A, it may generate 500 monthly visitors for you. So what happens when you build a new link from site C to site B? Well, let's say that link generates 1,000 visitors to site B and 500 of those visitors eventually click through your site. You've effectively doubled your referral traffic for this source. Another advantage is expand visibility. Brand visibility is important, even if you aren't immediately generating traffic or on-site conversions. If you have a strong brand mention as a first-tier link, building second-tier links is a convenient way to get more eyes on that link. This is especially useful if your first-tier link is citing your site in a way that emphasizes your expertise on a subject, increasing your consumer trust. Another advantage is mitigating risk. Though manual actions are reserved for only the most egregious offenses, link building does carry a risk. If you spam links or if you build links in a way that's perceived as low quality, it could hurt you. It could hurt your search engine rankings. So second-tier links are a great way to mitigate your risk. Not only do you reduce the volume of first-tier links emerging, you also increase the perceived authority and value of those first-tier link sources, making your link profile look better overall. But this doesn't mean that second-tier link building is a practical necessity for all SEO campaigns. However, it can complement and improve most link building strategies that mostly center on first-tier links. So let's talk about best practices for second-tier link building. It's not always a guaranteed success. Like with a standard link building strategy, there are many best practices you'll need to follow if you want to yield the best results. Number one, make every link as natural as possible. And this should be familiar to you if you're used to first-tier link building. Make every link as natural as possible. Good links enhance the content in which they reside. They provide value to the reader in the form of citing statistics, linking to further reading, or backing up an important claim. They also fit naturally in the context of the article and don't stand out as abnormal or awkward. And this will help you in several ways. Most notably, you'll reduce the chances of catching a Google penalty like a cold. But you'll also provide a more seamless experience for those readers, increasing your ability to generate referral traffic and reader engagement. Another one is prioritize quality content. As with first-tier link building, your main priority should be writing high-quality content. It's obviously possible to build second-tier links with form comments and other low-quality methods, but, good content is your best bet. That content makes your link more natural and better perceived by the readers. It's also a great way to flesh out your author profiles and earn a good reputation as an expert in your field. Poorly researched, poorly written, and otherwise thin content will rob your second-tier links of their value. Another one is optimize your second-tier links for your goals. Second-tier links offer a variety of purposes. So it's only natural that you can optimize your strategy for a number of different goals. For example, if you're mostly interested in boosting your authority, you can build second-tier links with the intention of passing more authority. If you're more interested in generating referral traffic, consider prioritizing second-tier links to the highest traffic generating first-tier sources. Another one would be target your most successful first-tier links. So with a backlink profile analysis, you should be able to figure out which of your first-tier links are most valuable, both in terms of how much authority they pass and how much traffic they generate. For the most part, these should be your primary targets when building second-tier links. However, there are also cases where it's better to lend support to some of your underperforming links. Another one, avoid spamming the same links. Like with first-tier link building, if you spam the same link over and over and over or rely on the same tactics, eventually you're going to get red flagged as a spammer. So it's important to mix up your tactics, relying on a variety of different publishers and building a diversity of different links. Similarly, it's important to vary your anchor text and link placement, making your links as natural as possible. So use a mix of standalone second-tier links and combo links. I mentioned this earlier in an earlier episode. There are two main varieties of second-tier link building. You can use a standalone second-tier link or a combination of second and first-tier links in the same article. There are both obviously pros and cons to each one of these approaches, so try to use a blend of both to capitalize on all the benefits while mitigating your risks. Another one is embrace no-follow links. Too many search engine optimizers avoid no-follow links as if they're useless. Well, no-follow links, in case you aren't familiar, are links marked with a no-follow tag by a publication, so Google won't consider the authority they'd pass otherwise. This makes them, ineffective for building your authority, but they're still valuable for generating referral traffic, and they carry zero risk of attracting a Google penalty. Accordingly, you should consider throwing in some no-follow links occasionally, and don't bail on a publisher if they only allow no-follows. Also, don't go after low-quality sources. Low-quality publishers are rarely worth your time, even if they seem to have low barriers to entry. In a best-case scenario, you'll get a small amount of authority and a bit of referral traffic. In a worst-case scenario, your link could earn a Google penalty, and your very presence on that publisher could harm your reputation. Instead, focus on the highest quality sources you can, and if you're having trouble, getting published on them, work your way up to that level as soon as possible. And building on that, we're talking about building your authorship and publication network. Link building, including second-tier link building, is largely about relationship management. You need to carefully develop your reputation and presence as an author and provide value to all the publishers in your network. So maintain relationships with those publishers and gradually expand your network over time. In that time, you'll develop a following of readers, a more impressive portfolio of your work, better relationships with publishers and editors, and access to higher quality publishers. So keep striving to improve in these areas. And then last but not least, never use automated software. Steer clear of that kind of stuff. There are some companies claiming that they can help you build links in an automated way, sometimes even generating content on your behalf. However, these automated methods tend to be highly unreliable. It's also easy for Google and other search engines to detect content that has been generated by an algorithm, and even easier to detect patterns of link spam. So in most cases, you'll end up penalized for trying to use these kind of tactics. With a better, second-tier link building strategy in place, you can increase the value of your first-tier links, ultimately increasing your domain and page level authority, which then, pays off in increasing your overall total incoming traffic and your visibility in organic search. if you're interested in learning more about second-tier links or SEO in general, or if you're ready to start a campaign on your own, come on over to SEO.co today to schedule a time to have a free consultation this week. And you'll learn how you can scale your ability to outwrite and outrank your competition.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.